You ever feel like you're just kind of scratching the surface with AI? Well, you're not alone. But what if I told you that the huge gap between a casual user and the top 1%, it's not about being some kind of coding genius. Nope, it's actually about a handful of skills that honestly, you can start learning today. So let's break down exactly what those are. And this quote, it really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? The opportunity with AI right now is just massive. And you know why? Because most people are only using a tiny fraction of its real power. So that gap, it's not about technical know-how. It's all about knowing how to have the right conversation with these incredibly powerful tools. Okay, so how do the top 1% do it? What's their secret? Well, I'll tell you this, it's not a single magic trick. It's a completely different way of thinking about and working with AI. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to break down the exact skills that'll take you from just, dabbling with AI to truly mastering it. So here's our roadmap for this. First, we're going to cover mastering the core interaction. Then we'll get into personalizing your AI assistant. After that, it's all about building repeatable AI systems. And we'll wrap up with the big one, adopting the expert mindset. All right, let's jump right into part one, mastering the core interaction. Look, this is all about learning how to talk to your AI effectively. If you can get this foundation right, I promise you everything else just clicks into place. Okay, so skill number one. This is the big one, prompt engineering. And it really just comes down to these 4 simple steps. First up, role. You got to tell the AI who to be. Is it a marketer, a lawyer? Second, context. You have to give it all the background info on your situation. The more details, the better. Then, the command. Be super specific and clear about what you want it to do. And last, format. How do you want the answer back? In bullet points? A table? Seriously, this simple little framework is the difference between getting total digital garbage and absolute gold. But here's the thing, a perfect prompt isn't enough on its own. And that brings us to skill number 2, which is all about developing your taste. See, an AI can spit out 100 different options, but you have to be the one who can spot the diamond in the rough. I love this quote. It puts it perfectly. Knowing when to stop and what to choose, that's the real art form here. So how do you actually develop this taste? It sounds kind of abstract, right? Well, here are 3 super practical steps. First, create what's called a taste library. It's just a collection of examples of what you think is world-class in your field. Second, be really specific with your words. Think about it. Asking for a leader versus a boss is going to give you a completely different output. And third, create some universal rules for your AI. Write down your preferences, like keep sentences short or no em dashes. This is how you start getting those consistent, high-quality results every single time. All right, time to level up. We're moving beyond using a generic tool now. We're going to talk about building a personalized AI, an assistant that actually gets you. This is part 2, personalizing your AI assistant, making it an extension of your own mind. And this really shows the difference perfectly. On one side, you've got the AI as a stranger, giving you those generic, impersonal responses. But on the other side, you have AI as your personal assistant, something that gives you hyper-personalized, context-aware output because it understands you. The bridge that gets you from the stranger to the assistant, that's our third skill, creating a master prompt. And you know what? It's actually way easier than it sounds. You just ask the AI to act like an interviewer and help you build this master prompt. Then you answer its questions in detail. Pro tip, just use your phone's voice to text to make it fast. But here is the absolute key. Save that final master prompt as a PDF. This thing becomes like your digital ID that you can use on any platform to make it instantly personalized. So now your AI knows who you are, but we are not done. Not even close. Skill number 4 is something called output iteration. You see, most people just take the very first answer the AI gives them and call it a day. The experts? They do the exact opposite. They kind of fight with the AI, They refine it, they tweak it, they mold that output like clay until it's perfect. You think that sounds a little extreme? Well, get this. To create a single Coca-Cola Christmas commercial, a team of just 5 experts used, wait for it, 70,000 AI prompts. 70,000. That's what it takes to get to a world-class result. It's not about getting lucky on your first shot. It's about relentless, obsessive refinement. Okay, let's move on to part 3, building repeatable AI systems. This is where we shift from doing one-off prompts to creating really efficient workflows that you can use over and over and over again.
And this brings us to skill number 5, system prompts. Okay, the easiest way to think about this is your master prompt is about who you are. The system prompt is about how the AI should behave. See the difference? One tells the AI your personal context. The other gives it repeatable instructions for a very specific task. And this is where things get really, really cool. When you create these system prompts, you're not just talking to an AI anymore. You are now an AI programmer. You're programming it not with code, but with your words. Just think about that for a second. That means anyone who can write can now tell a machine exactly how to think and how to act. It's wild.
But there is a catch. You can actually give an AI too much information. I mean, we're talking about a context window of maybe 2 million words. If you feed it that much, it's just going to get overwhelmed and confused. And that leads us directly into our next crucial skill.
And that skill is what we call context compression. It's basically about using the AI to pre-process and compress all that information for you. So you take that huge 2 million word document, you feed it to the AI, and you ask it to give you back just the essential 200,000 words. You get a usable, potent summary that has exactly what the AI needs to do its job and nothing more.
Okay, so now you've got your master prompt, your system prompts, your compressed context. It can get messy, right? And that's why you need skill number 7, knowledge-based gardening. Look, just like a messy desk leads to messy work, a messy digital workspace leads to sloppy AI results. This is all about keeping things organized. Create project folders, keep your best prompts in one place. It's simple, but it's so important. So we've covered a ton of techniques, but now we've reached the final and honestly, probably the most important part of this whole puzzle. We're talking about adopting the expert mindset. This is where we go beyond just the skills and into a whole new way of thinking about and using AI as a partner. So let me just ask you this, straight up. Right now, is your AI just a yes man? Is it just a tool that agrees with everything you say and tells you what you want to hear? Because if the answer is yes, you are missing out on one of its greatest powers. And that brings us to skill number 8, using AI as a critic. The pros, they don't want a cheerleader. They use AI to expose their own blind spots, to stress test their assumptions. They want it to push back, to poke holes in their arguments. I mean, think about it. It's like having your own personal devil's advocate on call, 24/7, ready to challenge you and make your ideas stronger. Which leads us to our 9th and final skill. And this one might be the most powerful of all. It all starts with this one simple but really profound mental shift. ChatGPT isn't just the chatbot. You need to start thinking of it as a creative operating system. It's a tool not just for getting answers, but for learning absolutely anything you want.
And this is how you do it. This is personalized learning. The process honestly could not be simpler. Step 1, you give it a topic and the time you have. Something like, teach me about AI in the next 7 minutes. Step 2, ask for it in simple conversational language. And step 3, you literally just click the play icon and listen to your own custom lesson. This isn't some far-off future of learning. You can do this right now.
And there you go. Those are the 9 skills that separate the top 1% of AI users from everyone else. You now have the entire framework, from mastering that core interaction all the way to adopting a true expert mindset. So really, the only question left is, what will you co-create?